This was one of the most difficult earwax removals I think I have ever done. This is probably the most impacted wax I've had to deal with in a very long time. I actually sent you a picture, didn't I? Of that was the face that I had back. Because you could see it, I mean, any audiologist or anyone who does wax removals regularly looking at that would have gone, oh no.
Oh, that looks horrendous.
It was really, I mean, the patient did admit to using cotton buds, but they said that they'd only recently, like in the last couple of weeks, noticed a hearing problem. Whereas I think this has been welded to this eardrum for a lot longer than that.
Been building foundations over the last,
I think it has,
the last few weeks.
Basically, it is just pressed down against the eardrum, and because it's been repeatedly pressed down against the eardrum, this wax has now become really squashed into all the nooks and crannies down on near the eardrum, and is completely dry. This is not, there's not a jot of moisture in this or oil in this at all. I put some oil in to start with, and that's all it did was just sit on the surface. It didn't really do anything, but because it's been pressed so firmly,
you can see the whole thing is moving as you touch certain parts.
So it's all one continuous piece, but because it's pressed into the recess as well, it's kind of hooked in there, and you can't. And the surface is so flat and so dry that you just can't get a grip on here. This is a beastie. Look at that, and you can see I'm trying every millimeter of this all the way around to try and get to. And that was the fine end. So though I might be able to peel and lift from a side. But that's not going to happen. So this is the standard size on the tube, and I can't even get a grip with the standard size on the tube in there.
I could see what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Trying to get a grip in the middle to see if you could pull the
whole thing.
Oh, gosh.
You can see just how dry this is.
A stone.
It is. This is obviously the Rosen inserter here. I can't even penetrate in with the Rosen inserter. It's that hard. I'm looking, you can see I'm just like trying to just chip at any part I can.
Oh, don't do it to yourself, guys. Don't do it.
Well, if you do it, don't book in to come and see it.
Claire's doing it.
Yeah, Claire, book in for Claire if this is your ear canal. No, bless her. So we can see we've got this. It's kind of almost like flakes that are dried and pressed together.
An onion.
Yeah, like a dry onion. So it's not really budging. You can see I've broken a little bit off. So I was hoping I could kind of maneuver it with the suction tube, and then what I'm really hoping is I'm going to pull this, and it's going to have enough strength. It's going to pull the whole thing forwards. It pulled it slightly, but it didn't move it. It just pulled the next layer forward slightly, and I'm trying.
Oh gosh,
it's just nothing. It's just
the eardrum is literally right behind.
It is. And so you've got to be really careful. You've got to put enough pressure to get it moving, but you can't put enough pressure that you're going to go through and into the drum behind.
Oh gosh.
Just the angles are just all wrong. There we go. So you can see how it flicks out.
You almost had a good bit of movement there.
Yeah. So we're just loosening this. There you go. You can see the top section. There's a tiny bit of movement to that top section. More oil.
Drone the ear.
Yeah, that's it. It is. I was hoping, just get some oil in there, see if I can get a little bit of it moving. Maybe the oil will work underneath it.
Yeah, I just started breaking it up a little bit.
Yeah, just get in there, but didn't happen.
Oh gosh,
it really didn't happen. There, I can see the movement there, but it's sideways, but there's no forward momentum there at all.
Fair play. It's not one you like to see coming.
It's not. It's not. I did check to make sure they weren't supposed to be booked over you, Taylor, because this is more like you were kind of patient. This is.
My video is usually average about half an hour.
So there we go. So I've also got the other ear canal to do, which is very, very similar to this one. So, but yeah, she was lovely. This lady was really, really good. She sat through everything. She was so good for me.
Oh, that's a good one there, if you can keep that. Oh.
You can see actually, because I was putting that much pressure on it from behind that it just broke away. Now this is actually the right hook, this one, which I thought, because a St. Bart's hook is just too flat on the end. It's just too blunted off. So I was hoping with the right hook with that slight taper, it might just have a little bit more, because it's slightly wider, but not too wide. It would be able to get in, but it didn't quite get in, unfortunately.
Oh, that's starting to
Yeah.
peel away a little bit there.
But it's just welded down there.
I think this ideally would need more of like a stronger drop, really, and oil to...
Or dynamite. One of those two.
Jackhammer.
Clear! Taylor stood the other like Wile E. Coyote. Kaboom! Yeah, I was looking at that going, if I can't get this, I was saying that you may have to come back. And do you know what, this poor woman broke my heart. She was going, I can't, my love. She said, I've been so struggling, and I live on my own, and I only watch the TV. And I was like, oh, no, I've got to do something. I can't just leave her. I've got to do something. So this, that was where I could see a tiny gap. And I thought, well, if TG can get into gaps like that, I'm sure we can get the Rosen inserter in there.
Go on.
And I've got the Rosen inserter in, but what it kind of did was it kind of just pulled that one section around.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted this top section to drop forwards, and that's a thicker piece at the top. But I really want that to stay attached so I could forcep it and bring it out. I know. This is why this was just so awkward to do. It was just such a, just touching it, went straight back to where it was. It was just such a tough old one to do.
I know that happens sometimes as well when we're taking wax away, especially if you move it off the drum and then it gets stuck in the end. They go, oh, I can hear. And then it just goes, boop, I can't hear again. Now it's blocked up again.
You can see I'm kind of thinking, right, where do I go with this Rosen inserter now? I was threatening the wax. I'm going to go for you. I'll come in.
Stick it on the end of a drill.
Yeah. But so this is back to the right hook now. And I really like this right hook. It's kind of like the best of two worlds, because you've got the sort of angle of the St. Bart's, and that sort of, but the sort of almost like the taper of the Rosen. I do really like it. I think that is one you'd love.
I'll have to give it a go. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I've got some, but you have to try them out.
Maybe I'll give them a go today if I get. If I get a good.
I've got to get some more. I'm gonna have to order some from Neil. But it's you can see how this is coming away.
Oh, here we go. Go on.
No, no, Taylor, it's not going to go.
On the edge of my seat there.
It's not going to go. Let's try it. You can see I'm trying to exploit that one little corner, but look at this. It just rips through it. And
There's a gap there now.
Yeah.
Oh. Don't push it in.
We got a twist. But I'm not sure whether we pulled it around that way and the twist just took about now this. You can see I contemplated again above that then and pulling it down.
I could see.
But
Is there a flinch then? Is that what
I think, it was like, geez, are we going to be able to get into this corner? Because we are almost right on top of the Pars Flaccida if we go to the top there. I'd rather use this bottom section if we can.
Yeah.
Well, it is. All dead skin. Yeah, that was always going to be there, wasn't it? It's covered in dead skin. Oh, it's just started snowing. It's covered in dead skin.
Yeah, we got snow for the first time this year. I love snow.
I love snow, but it's just started snowing here today. It's coming away.
Patient's hearing better now. So.
Oh my God, she was. Do you know what? She was so pleased, love, and she was such a lovely lady. And she was like, oh my goodness, I'll be able to do my TV now. I was like, oh, love you. She was good.
Rhys.
Look at it, Taylor. Look at it.
It's not good. It's not good.
It's not big and it's not clever, guys. Just don't do it.
Rhys was like, stop using it.
Get out. I did say to her actually when she left, I said, my lovely, I said, if you can really do me a favour, I said, when you go home, snap every cotton bud you've got in your house and throw it in the bin. I said, never use one again. But I thought this one might have been a little bit easier. just because it's not as sort of impacted. We can actually see the eardrum, but you can see how far. I mean, I'm not being funny, but if you press the cotton bud to push your wax that deep, you'd really feel that. You would really, really feel that.
It's almost like, God, it's like desperate in a way, you know? If you're going that far with your cotton bud, that's...
Because that must have been uncomfortable. Because that, you know, that particular portion of the ear canal is so sensitive.
It's probably blocked up, and then, you know, they just carried on going, trying to clear it, and thought, oh, that's it. I gotta get this looked at.
Yeah, that's basically one continuous.
Yeah, you can see there's that dead skin again. Is kind of attached to the eardrum at the top there. So,
yeah, that's a beastie. Oh, you can see I really don't want to put pressure on it, but you can see I can't help it to get this out. You know, if with this, you'd probably say to the patient, look, use a slightly more aggressive wax softener, come back, you know, in a week or so, and we'll take a look at it again. But this lady was just so desperate, lover.
It does get to that point as well sometimes. There's only so long that obviously we've got an appointment as well, so we've got to keep that in mind as well. And it's been once or twice where like the door's been knocking saying next patient's waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, this is solid.
It's just scratching the surface. I'm hoping I'd be able to just
lift it.
Yeah. Let me do my finger, let's try and rose insert, trying to get that, like that. If I can just get under that edge, I mean, we've got to be careful because I don't want to press it too hard against the eardrum, but if I can just lift out the gap. I can see, oh no, I was going to point out to you guys, but you can't see my finger on the screen here. That little sort of circle in the bottom right corner was what I was sort of aiming for just a second ago. If I can just push, you can see the skin at the top, look at that. Here we go.
Oh, that's coming now, isn't it? Yeah.
Look at that. Now stay in one piece now.
Yeah, perfect angle for that. Yeah, there you go.
Look at that.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go, stuck right the outside edge. There you go, so there's the right hook again, just coming in. Yeah, if you are a earwax practitioner, guys, and you haven't already tried Neil's new tools, I do recommend them. It took me a little while to get the hang of it, but that's more because I'm awkward and I hold my tools differently to like everybody else on the planet. Yeah, definitely have a little look at it. It's worth a go, especially like, with these more stubborn waxes. That right hook is a good halfway house between, or a good mixture rather than halfway house, I should say, really, of the Rosen insert and Sabre. So he's done a good job. Fair play to him. Yeah, well done, Neil. So we are just over half an inch.
1.5 centimeters.
1.5 centimeters. Well, guys, thank you for sitting through all of that, because it was a long one. That was probably one of the toughest ones I've certainly done in a long time, let's put it that way. But if you did enjoy it, don't forget you can always like, heart, share, follow, and subscribe. If you thoroughly enjoyed it and you want to see even more wax videos, you could also consider becoming members of the channel, and that way then you get to see even more wax videos as well. But as always, guys, take care of yourselves.
Take care of your ears.
And take care of one another, and myself and the lovely Miss Taylor Green. We'll see you again soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.